Oh, I'm live, everyone. Oh, wow. Oh, crazy. What a crazy day. Can people let me know? I can see there's 7 people in there. Can people let me know that you can see me, that you can hear me, that it's all coming through loud and clear? We'll start just in a few minutes. Oh, perhaps I should just put that in the chat channel as well. Can you? Oh, we can hear you. Super. Excellent. That's good because typing was a bit of a problem. We'll just wait. Oh, no, it's time. It is. I did it. I did it. Wow. What a crazy day. Absolutely incredible. So the plan is, so just to recap for the people that don't know with the stupidity that's going on. So what I'm doing is I'm running around the Netherlands. You can see the map here. So I'm running around the Netherlands, at least a marathon a day. Some days are ultras, more on that in a second. But I'm going to try and do a marathon each day at least. And it's just going from city to city until I go all around the Netherlands, picking up trash in a banana suit. And that's the idea. Today is the first day. And day one is done. Day one was brutal. What was it? 28 degrees, something like that. It was completely exhausting. I ran out of water. So there were quite a few. I'll just do random things that I need to change throughout. So there were quite a few moments where there was just nothing. There were no bins. I was like running along for sort of 5 kilometers without any bins, and it was I had a full bag, but I couldn't do anything. I couldn't fill up anymore. I didn't want to sort of do that when, okay, I will just keep on running until I get to a bin. And that was like 5 kilometers. So that was sort of one of the things that happened. And I think I'm okay with that. The other one was I ran out of water. So again, a long section where there was nothing. And I need to make sure that if a bottle is empty, I need to see if I can fill it up straight away. So I had 3 bottles with me. So Dopper have given me 2 bottles and I had a reserve, and I just I burnt through them all. And so there was quite a while where I was running without water, and that was really, really tough. You could see that sort of my energy was going down, and then I overcompensated when we got to Leiden. I'll tell you all about the day in a second, but when I got to Leiden, I just drank too much. And so I felt sick from drinking too much. It reminds me of, for those that know, I did the Marathon des Sables back in 2000. And there was this one moment when I was doing, it was like the day 3, June day. And what happened was I was in the dunes without water for quite a few hours. And there was another guy with me, and we were really struggling. We were sort of just doing, got to a point where I was doing 100 meters sitting down, 100 meters sitting down. But I managed to get there. We got into a camp and they gave us a half-liter of water each. He just guzzled it down and immediately threw it all up. And they went, you're out of here. So they disqualified him straight away. That just put the fear of God in me. And so I just sipped it and managed to keep it down. But I had a feeling that I just did what he did today, and I overcompensated, and I felt really sick for a while. There was Brom from Runner's World magazine and Anita, and I was like telling them I need to go to the toilet quite quickly, and that was just as a reaction of the water. But I didn't have to in the end. It just settled down, and it was fine. So that was good. I will take some questions in a second, but let me just run through today. I wanted this to be a Forrest Gump event. I was like thinking, okay, I'll start off with hardly anyone. No one will know me, but hopefully by the end of it, I'll have a big following. Today was overwhelming. I don't know how many people, I mean, for the people that were there, sort of Sarah Barrett. I think there was at least, I think there was probably around 30 people. Would you say that was right? There were, so as 30 people, I think. It was just such a great turnout. I really wasn't expecting that. I was like thinking if I get sort of 3 or 4, I'll be happy. And one of those is my son. One of those is my wife. So unfortunately, my daughter's working, so she couldn't make it. But and the Burgermeester as well. So it was an amazing turnout. Huge shout out to Harry DJ Fly On, because he turned up, and De Sveerman, so Des turned up, and both of those two were amazing. They came with the energy. Oh, I think it was around 40 people. Yeah, it was just so crazy to see how many people were there. And the Burgermeester was awesome. He was really critical of sort of smokers dropping trash and things like that. So yeah, he was talking about how he does it every day, which is fantastic to hear. So yeah, it was just so wonderful to have him send me off. And the reason being is because back in 2019, 2020, it was is when I became a Dutch citizen. And he did such a wonderful ceremony. And sort of my wife, sort of Karen, was there. Katarina Ceramics does clay workshops. She was there with me, and it was such a wonderful ceremony. He really gave everyone a chance to say why you want to be Dutch and things like that. So I sort of thanked him for that. And then he looked at me and went, take it easy. Don't push yourself too far. Be sensible. And I was like thinking, he doesn't know me. He just doesn't know me. There's not something I can do. I will just push it until I collapse, and that's what will happen. I think it's quite sort of a good sign that I can sort of just sit on the bed like this with sort of my legs tucked around. So I think I should recover. No, Sarah, I will never be sensible. You know me. I will not be doing that. So that we kicked it off, and then there were 3 people that ran with me. So in the reels, I tagged them. So I'm going to do reels later on today. I'll try and do it. Let's see how it goes if I'm not too tired. So I'll do reels today, and I'll tag all 3 of them, because it was amazing having them just sort of running with me. Well, I'll tag 2 of them because Chris, who is there, for those that you know Chris, he is the biggest influencer that doesn't have social media. Although he did say he might be on today. So I hope he is going to be listening into this. So 3 people and were just amazing. It was just so fantastic running with them. It was just incredible. And we sort of got to, and what was even better was, so the last person that dropped off, so when they did enough that they wanted to do, they dropped off. And then literally the last person, Martin, dropped off at 16.1 kilometer, and at 16.5 kilometers there was Leonie, who just ran London Marathon and got a PB in that. Amazing account. So I'll tag her as well. So she joined me then for a few kilometers, which was fantastic. So literally there was like a 400-meter gap without them. You could actually see him in the background, so we were like waving at him for the next person to pick me up, which was fantastic. Then she dropped off, and then I was on my own. Immediately got lost. So immediately I got lost. So I really need to sort of plan that better. But then I managed to sort of find my way a bit. There was an awesome conversation I had with a woman who said, I saw you in Hillegom, and now you're here. What the hell's going on? So I was chatting to her, and that was sort of fantastic, just talking to her. Managed to make my way to Leiden. So I was doing a cleanup in Leiden from 2 till 3. I had quite a few people showing up there. There was sort of the Coastbusters. There was the Krachtwacht, who sort of do cleanups. Anita was there. Bram sort of picked me up as well. Oh, I should also mention there was sort of an interview with the news media. They really had a fun time just sort of filming me and sort of scooting ahead in the car. But I managed to get to Leiden for the cleanup about 15 minutes late. So I think I need to look at the timings, because I need to give myself more time. I don't want to be stressed out, because I was getting completely stressed out that I was getting there and there was 15 minutes too late. and feeling sick as well. So I need to sort of do better on that. I saw a couple of other people on the way. I'll just try and tag as many people as I can in the reels. Brump and Run as well turned up. We did a post, so on my Instagram you'll see sort of a shared post there talking about it. I felt a bit sorry for him because I was at the walking stage then. So he's like doing it for Run as well, and I'm like, I'm bloody walking. But we did the cleanup. We only did a little bit there. So some people were on kayaks in the water. We were going around town. It was for about half an hour. It was, for me, it probably wasn't as exciting. I apologize to all the people that were there. It probably wasn't as exciting for everyone because I was completely spent, but I'll try and sort of plan it better next time for the different cleanups. But we did a cleanup for about half an hour, and then something fantastic happened. There were two kids that came up to me, and you can see that actually, you can see them in the Runner's World reels. They came up to me and they said, we saw you on Class Canola. So I did a TV show a couple of years ago with Class, and that was a kids program. And I still have people coming up to me today saying, I saw you on that program, which is amazing. I'm in a banana suit and they recognize me. I don't know how they do that because I was just wearing regular clothes then. And they live in Swallow. So they're going to try and contact the school in Swallow, see if they can sort of come over on the Monday for the cleanup. Hopefully they can do something, but that was just so inspirational, just seeing that. There were quite a few conversations I had on the roads, just really fantastic. And then after the cleanup in Leiden, I had to get here. So I had another sort of 16, 18 kilometers to do. And it was mainly walking. I think mainly walking or jogging. And the jogging was literally 2 minutes faster per kilometer than the walking. So for the last couple of kilometers, I just walked it. I said at least a marathon, 49 kilometers. So I did 49 kilometers today. So I'm in ultra territory on the first day, crazy hot day. I need to sort of plan better. I think tomorrow I can do it. So it's exactly 42. So that's going to really help. I need to sort of see if I can do that. So I had to, in Rotterdam on the route, I had to sort of do some wiggly bits to make up the time. So I can just sort of plan that and just jog around until I get 42.2 and stop. Tomorrow, because I'm now in Den Haag, tomorrow is a cleanup. And I don't think, so all that fantastic day, I don't think I've actually got anyone showing up tomorrow for the cleanup. But yeah, these things, you know, I really do not judge my success by how many people show to the cleanup or how many people I see along the road. I judge it by the reactions when I do see someone. I judge it by the reactions I see on Instagram. It's so overwhelming. I've had a look at Instagram today, Facebook, and I've got all these requests I need to get through. And I'll try and do my best. I can't promise everything on everyone, but I think today was a success. I really do. So it doesn't matter tomorrow if I've got no one for the cleanup. It means I can leave a little bit earlier and then head away to Rotterdam. Rotterdam, we've got a great event planned on Saturday. So if you are around at the usual Rotterdam hotel, we'll be doing the live stream. They'll be actually on the live stream as well with me on the Saturday. No, Friday, tomorrow. They'll be on the live stream with me. Which is going to be really good because the social the usual is a really environmental social hotel. They're really sort of focused on that element, so I'm really excited about staying there. I'm not telling you where I'm staying today because there was one person, I will not mention them, but they actually paid for this room for me. Eternally grateful, so overwhelmed by that. It made me feel sick to the stomach accepting it, but I'm so glad I did, so I can sort of chill now. I'm going to open it up for questions in a second now. So if you've got any questions for me, then just fire away. And this is so cool having so many. I'm like 13 people currently watching. I was expecting 2 or 3 people on the first day, but I'm super thrilled with that one. So yeah, if you've got any questions, I can't read through back. Blimey, you look exhausted. I am exhausted. I think this sort of, where is it? I don't know if you can sort of, yeah, you can see the sort of the salt deposits on the arms. So The plan was to wash my shirts every other day. So I will wear a shirt twice and then wash it. So I pity the poor fool that's going to be with me on the Saturday and Sunday. Just be warned. Relieved to be started. Hey, Roger. Yeah, I am. I'm relieved to be started mainly because I can sleep. So I've got here. So I've had my recovery drink. So I actually, the way I did that was I sort of filled up with water, filled up the powder, and I've got what I've got is a cordless blender. So I just took it to a supermarket, got some frozen fruit and blended it up, and then sort of had it on the way back. So it was a little bit later than 30 minutes after I stopped, but it was the best I could do. And then I've got black roll. So here are the boots. So here are those sort of ridiculous boots. I'll sort of show a Instagram story about those. So I've got the boots, but I'm just going to give a shout out to Blackroll because this is awesome. So I said to them, can I have, I'm actually going to use it now. There you go. Look at that. Oh my God, this is like 1970s porn. It's like the Austin Powers, luckily covering something here. The laptop is covering my decency. So, I forgot. Yeah, so Blackroll are I'll talk about the legs. So stop it. Oh, you have to pay me money. I wish I had like a paid channel. Oh my God, this is like so rude. So Blackroll, I contacted them and they said they should give me, pay me €5 and I'll put my banana suit on. I will get to Blackroll in a second. So they gifted me the recovery boots, which is the things I wanted. Then they said, hey, we've got a recovery pillow. And I was like, oh, you bloody idiots. Okay, send it to me. And then they said, use it 3 days and you'll never go back. And it did take a couple. The first day I hated it. The second day I was like, oh, the third day I found my rhythm with it. And actually, I don't know if it's, and now I just love it to bits. And I'm so grateful because it means that one of the things when you go to a hotel, yeah, super squishy, horrible synthetic squishy pillow. So now I know that every place I sleep, I will have the same pillow. And I think that is just so fantastic. So I didn't even realize how beneficial that would be, but it is a lovely pillow. I think it's basically memory foam, but it's sort of shaped for your head and things like that. And I like a sort of hard pillow. And the way that I would always sleep it, I would always be sort of like, okay, we're going to do pillow talk. I'll be like bashing it around like that for the whole evening. And but now I just lie down on it. You think it's going to be too low, but it's not. It's actually sort of fantastic. So I'm super grateful for that. So I've still got to eat, still got to do the reels, and answer as many sort of messages as I can. But that's okay. I'll sort of go till 10 o'clock tonight, and that should be good. There was one question about how my legs feel. Hang on. Paint me like you're. Are you serious? You want me to do the Titanic pose? I can't even remember it now. Be warned, people. I have made a promise if I ever get to 10,000 followers on Instagram. That's all I'm saying. Be warned. That shouldn't be a reason for you not to try and get followers for me, but be warned. It's going to be interesting. So there was one question about my legs, how my legs and feet are good. No blisters. The only blister I've got is actually on my thumb from holding the handle because the buggy is so weighted down. I have to lift up the front wheel, move it around like that constantly. And so I've got a bit of a blister on my thumb. Nothing much, just a teeny tiny one, but I need to be a bit careful of that. The feet are all good. I'm actually using... oh, I don't know. Is Karen on here? I can't remember what I've got now. Shea butter. I've got shea butter that I'm using. I had to look at the anti-chafing sticks, and I was like, if I get through 4 of those, that's like €100. So we just went. So Karen is a big believer of the shea butter, so she got some of that. So I just doused that in all the friction parts and nipples, and back to sex talk, pillow talk. So I should be Trump, biggest thing ever, big. I'm going to get banned on this channel. So my feet are fine. The legs are fine. Yeah, you can see just sort of bending them over here. That's great. I'm going to get the recovery boots on there, because it's not like when you run a marathon in trying to get a PB where you're constantly pushing yourself. Here, I'm literally doing, the fastest I was doing was 7-minute pace. So 7 minutes per kilometer, and I think towards the end it was like 9-10 pace when I was jogging. So it is not like it's putting a lot of strain on there, it's just a lot of time on feet. So I will feel it for sure, but not as bad as I thought. My Achilles is my weak link, and I think that could be interesting to see what happens there. No, I do not wear toes. No, Luke, I do not wear toe socks. They freak me out. I think they would freak me out. I do have the socks I've got. I'll talk about a different time, because I've got 2 sets of socks that are very special to me. They've both got stories behind them. As always, I kind of like to use equipment that has some sort of story behind it. I'm wearing Fusion gear, so you can see the Fusion. Shout out to Fusion. They gave me 4 pieces of equipment, so I went for the most expensive 4 pieces I could find, just being honest. But the shorts, these shorts, I loved so much. They're just sort of super comfortable shorts, and they were so good that I just went out and bought another pair. So they've really hooked me in. So yeah, that's really good. Any other questions? Hopefully you've been sort of following on sort of Instagram, and sort of it's been sort of. I promise I will be behind a desk tomorrow. It could be like this. You never know. If there are no more questions, then what I do is I can sort of shut it down. But I'm going to do these sort of live streams for sort of 20-30 minutes. Normally it will be an extra 10 minutes talking about the hotel. Think about 4mm cork heel lifts. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've actually got some recovery slippers that I just bought myself. Oh, Rob, can I say that? Can I say that? I just got a message. I just saw a message pop up. Rob, if you don't say anything, if you don't tell me this, if you tell me I'm not allowed to tell people, I'm going to tell people. Yes. Yes, I can't tell people. Yes, I can. There, I got my. Rob Rob is the owner of RunX in Haarlem. Huge shout out to them. It was so wonderful. I had RunX this morning at the call. So in terms of my sponsors, so just give them sort of, because they are the ones that make this possible. So yeah, you've got all the sponsors here. But if you look at the ones there, so there was Harry DJ Flyon, so he was there. RunX were there with the flags, which was so fantastic. The Chronolobby, who are just amazing. So I'm really grateful to them. I actually want to work with them, not just have them as a sponsor. So the idea is, if I ever do cleanups and I need more people, then I can sort of refer them to the Chronolobby, because they just do so fantastic work with festivals and things like that. So they were there. Dopper was there, which is so cool. So fantastic seeing Dopper. I've been a long-term fan of Dopper. My wife introduced me when they first came out. She loved it straight away, and I've done some work with them, and they're sponsoring me for this run, which is really good. So it's great seeing them there. And there was a big contingent from Rabo. So Rabobank didn't want me to put a logo up, so I got 10,000 via the Ondernemers Impulse. So it's like a fund where you could apply for a grant, in effect, without any strings attached. Just say, I need some money and it will help me do this. And I said, I need 10,000. It's going to help me sort of get my mortgage paid, basically, to get to the point where I can do this. And so they really supported me, but I can't put the logo up just because of, you know, Rabobank sponsors so many other people and things like that. So, and it's a very specific deal. So it was great seeing Rabo there. Was anyone else there? Yeah, the Sphere Mum was there as well. I think that was it. Yeah, I think that was it in terms of sort of the sponsor. I can't. But Runix. So I apparently I got a bonus. So I've just been given a bonus by the owner of Runx for a new pair of shoes. So that's really good. And the ones that I will get, I'm going to just grab them now. So I'll just tell you about that. Ooh, you can see how supple I can get up. So today's running shoes were actually these ones. Hopefully it's not going to sort of. There we go. So these were the running shoes. So you can see that all of my running shoes have got the 12StedenPlog on them. These are, it's so crazy. So these have actually got a carbon plate in them, and everyone associates carbon plates with speed and things, but this is the Saucony Endorphin trainer, and I chose this one because this is really my favorite shoe ever. Really, I've had some incredible shoes. If you've been following my account, I've had some incredible shoes recently, but this one I love. And what is weird is the carbon plate helps me running slow. It just sort of accelerates that rocker. It's got a really soft foam here, and then it's got this sort of firm thing in here. So Rob, you know, I'm going to get another pair of these, I suspect. So thank you for gifting me a pair. Look at that. I've been gifted something. How cool is that? So I've got a pair of shoes. So cool. I would go for the most expensive. You should have learned your lesson when I told you about Fusion. Wear one glove. Yeah, in terms of so then the question is, yeah, I think I've only got right-handed gloves because normally this is my picky trash hand. This is my picky nose hand. So I don't usually wear a glove on this one. So I don't know what I'm going to do about the blister. I think it is very small, so I think it's going to be okay. And I figured out how not to sort of hold it that way. Eating during the day, I think that would be the last question. So that's the problem. I think the biggest thing the biggest thing that's going to cause me to fail, I think, is getting an injury because I'm tired and I just trip over a stone that's raised. And there's so many places here in the Netherlands where it is literally just a brick laid on sand or on dirt. And so, oh, that looks really bad now, doesn't it? I'm not going to oh, there you go. Look, then they can see I've got shorts on. So I think the biggest risk I've got is sort of just tripping over something and then falling flat on my face. Chris will know that. So that's what I'm really worried about. The second thing I'm worried about is food. So what did I eat today? I had breakfast, and then at 3:30, I had half a pita bread, but I couldn't stomach it. That is the problem, and it's always been the problem, is sort of nutrition. If you sort of read these stories about people, their sort of body shuts down when they run, the stomach shuts down, and so it's quite difficult to eat. So I need to find that food that will let me eat. I did manage to eat some candy, so I had some Gotcha unicorns, which some of you know I love. Those were good, but I'm going to have to really nail the fueling. I'm really super chuffed that I did the recovery drink like I did, but I think what I've got to do is make sure that I have proper food. I thought my wife made it for me. I got the ingredients and I said, okay, just make me an avocado pindakaas pita bread, so peanut butter pita bread. And the trouble is, it was just too dry. Because I was so dehydrated that that was a struggle. So hopefully tomorrow I will tell you I've eaten better, because obviously I can't carry on sort of doing this. When I did the Marathon des Sables, I lost 15 kilos in 1 week. I am nervous about what I'm going to, if I don't do this, then that could be the sort of the thing that makes me fail. Well, on the fact that running 1,500 kilometers. But the proper breakfast. So am I getting a proper breakfast in the hotel? So I haven't got a breakfast here, I don't think. I'm not sure if I've got one. The trouble is I'm vegan, so I get very little choice. So what I would do is I would go out and I would get some breakfast, but and then I think I was sort of reading somewhere I need to sort of try and get 5,000 calories down. I've got what, 500. So the deficit there today was huge. I'm going to order a pizza in a second. I'm chugging down some Sinaasappelsap, which is really helpful. I've got a couple of cans of Coke. Coke is so wonderful. I remember that from the Marathon Sub. It's just a cold Coke. I did get 2 of these, but I dropped one under a bed. It went and it rolled under the bed. I'm scared that when I open it, I'm going to open up in the shower. I think that's it. Yeah, boiled potatoes and salt. So salt is definitely going to be sort of the big thing. So I'm going to get some very salty snacks that are just covered in salt. I haven't got any salt tablets. So all I do is I'll do it that way. I'd rather eat real food and try and find real food that I can stomach. And I think that will be it. That's going to be sort of my plan. I think that's probably it. Thank you so much for listening in. I hope you sort of found that one. There was quite a lot to talk about. I think we talked about sort of more than we necessarily that I really, I won't have anything to talk about tomorrow, especially since there's not going to be anyone for a cleanup. But let's just end how I'm going to want to end. So I'm not doing this to raise money. I want sponsors to pay me to pay my mortgage. I don't want you to pay my mortgage. If you buy me a coffee or something like that, that's fantastic. But what I really want people to do is to inspire them to pick up one piece of trash. That's it. That is all I want. I want you to bend down, just go out tomorrow morning, pick up a single piece of trash. Before you put it in the bin, just say, I'm doing this for us. Not doing this for the plogging banana. I'm not doing this for me. I'm not doing this for my children. I'm doing it for us. How many of the world's problems would disappear if we cared about us instead of me? And you see that especially in the world at the moment. People are too focused on me, me, me. I want the world to be focused on us. I think so many of the world's problems would just disappear if we did that. And you picking up one piece of trash, or me inspiring other people to pick up one piece of trash, every piece of trash is a seed that is planted that gives us hope. That's why I'm doing it. My name is Paul. This is my way of life. Loving it. Am I knackered? Yes. Am I happy? Heck yeah. This is the best tired happiness that you will ever see a person have. Well, until tomorrow when I'm even more tired, but I'll be more happy. I hope this has inspired you to make it a little part of your own way of life. Thank you very much, everyone. So thrilled that so many people joined this call. Thank you. Good night. Speak to you tomorrow. Look out for my stories. Follow me on Instagram. Do it, people. Bye. I'm going to gracefully end now. Oh, let me go into the lie down pose.